Dear student, today we are going to learn about the theories of bonding in complexes. Now, there are various theory which is being described in this chapter, that is VBT. VBT means valence bond theory. And second theory which is being given in your syllabus, that is CFT. CFT means crystal field theory. This crystal field theory is reduced by the state government syllabus due to the COVID-19. All the schools and colleges are closed. That's why 25% of syllabus is being removed in the chemistry, and in this chapter this CFT is also removed for the year 2020 and 21. So VBT is included. That's why we shall discuss in this video about the VBT, that is a valence bond theory. Now, the hybrid state is a theoretical step that described how the complexes are formed. VBT is based on the concept of hybridization. The hybrid orbital neither exists nor can be detected spectroscopically. These orbitals, however, help us to describe the structure of coordination compounds. Now, there are some steps which will describe the bonding in coordination compound by using the valence bond theory. So you have to understand these one by one. The first one is a metal ion provides the vacant d orbital for the formation of a coordinate bond with ligand. What is the role of metal here? Metal should have a tendency, or a metal ion provide, I will give in short, it is given in your textbook at page 201. Here the first point, that is metal ion provides the vacant d orbital. What is the role of here metal ion? To provide the vacant d orbitals. That is for the formation of a coordinate one. I will give in short for the memorizing you. Now the second point, that is the vacant d orbital along with s and p orbital of the metal ion take part in hybridization. Now in this vacant orbital or a vacant d orbital and s and p orbital also take part in a hybridization process. Remember this. Means in this vacant d orbital of a metal and s and p orbital also take part in the hybridization process. Now the third one is the number of vacant d orbital same as number of ligand. Now in this, the vacant d orbital of a metal ion will be, the number of vacant d orbital will be same as the number of ligand. If number of ligand are 3, then vacant orbital will be 3d vacant orbital will be there. If the number of ligand are 4, then 4 vacant d orbital will be provided by the central metal ion. If 6 ligand are there, then 6d vacant d orbital should provide to the central metal ion for the formation of a coordinate bond. So this is the point. Number of vacant d orbital are same as number of ligand. Now the fourth one. Overlap between the vacant orbital of the metal and filled orbital of the ligand leads to the formation of a metal ligand coordinate bonds. Means there is a overlap between vacant d orbital of central metal ion and filled orbital of ligand. There is a overlap between will be takes place between the vacant d orbital, because central metal ion always provide the vacant d orbital and filled orbital are provided by the ligand, because the number of electron or electron pairs are present in that filled orbital. That's why they are called as a filled orbital, and this tendency is always present in a ligand. That's why what is the role of a ligand? They will provide the filled orbital. And what is the role of central metal ion? They will provide the vacant d orbital for the overlapping for the formation of a metal ligand bond. That is bond is known as a coordinate bond. So these are the 4 points. Another points we have. That is the point number 5. Point 5. The hybrid orbitals used by the metal ion point in the direction of ligand. The hybrid orbital used by the metal point in direction of ligand. Due to the formation of a hybridization, formation of a hybrid orbital, which is formed by the overlapping of central metal ion, d orbital of a central metal ion, and and orbital of a filled orbital of a ligand. Such orbital are termed as hybrid orbital. These used by the metal ion are pointed towards the direction of a ligand. Now the point number 6. The n-1d orbital or a nd orbitals. What is the meaning of this? The metal ion which is present in which n shows the metal ion present in number of period. That is the metal ion. If metal ion is present in first period, then a value of n will be 1. If metal ion present in third period, then the value of n will be 3. and if the metal ion is present in fourth plate, then the value of n will be 4. Here we are taking all the examples of a transition series element and these transition series elements are present in the fourth period of a periodic table. That's why the value of n will be here 4. So n minus 1d means 4 minus 1d means 4 minus 1, that is a 3, and here d, that's why the name of orbital will be 3d. If it is utilized nd orbital, then here value of n is 4, that's why we can write here 4d. It's mean that if the n minus 1d orbital, that is the 3d orbital, remember this, and nd orbital means 4d orbital. Now the n minus d or a nd orbital are used in hybridization, allow the complexes to be classified as outer orbital and inner orbital. So there are two types of orbital there, or two types of complexes are there, which is can be classified on the condition based upon the whether the complex are using or central metal ion are using n minus 1d orbital or nd orbital. Here n minus 1 means that is a 3d orbital, and here nd means that is a 4d orbitals. If any complex is utilizing the 3d orbital, that complex is an inner complex, remember this. And if any complex are utilizing the 4d orbitals, then it is known as a outer complex, remember this. So n minus 1 and nd orbital decide the whether the complex is inner or outer. Now the next and last point, that is point 7. For the hybridization in outer orbital, complex nd orbital are used, whereas in inner orbital, complex n minus 1d orbital are used, which I have told you in the point number 6. If any complex or central metal ion use n minus 1d orbital, then it is a inner complex. And if it is using nd orbital, that is a outer complex, remember this. So these are the points which you have to keep in your mind for the writing the structure of a complex compound by using a valence bond theory. So these are the points which you have to remember in your mind. Now you have to keep some things in your mind or a step for the formation of a complex compound. The work which you have to do for the determine the geometry or a type of hybridization in given complex compound by using valence bond theory. So you have to keep some key points in your mind so that you can easily pick out the structure or geometry or type of hybridization of a given complex. First you have to keep, that is the, you have to find the oxidation state of a given central metal ion. You have to I am giving you in short, it is given in your textbook at page 201, remember this. What you have to do for the determination of a types of hybridization and geometry of a given complex. First you have to identify the oxidation state of a given central metal ion. Then you have to write the electronic configuration or valential electronic configuration of a CMI. First you have to determine the oxidation state of a complex, which I have told you in the previous videos. You can watch those videos. Then you have to write the oxidation state. In third things you have to keep in your mind, that is you have to see whether the complex is low spin or high spin, and that thing is applicable for the low spin or a high spin complex. This is applicable in octahedral complex, remember this. Then four things you have to keep in your mind, that is you have to see the number of ligand and provide the or find the number of vacant d orbital of CMI. Means as is the number of ligand, so will be the vacant d orbital of a central metal ion. You have to keep these things in your mind. If a number of ligand are 4, then you have to provide the vacant d orbital of a central metal ion. Another thing you have to keep in your mind, that is you have to identify the type of hybridization. Type of hybridization, it is totally depend upon after writing the electronic configuration, which we shall see in the next video. Then write the electronic configuration after hybridization. Show the filling of orbital after the complex formation. Determine the number of unpaired electron and predict the magnetic behavior of the complex. So these are the points which you have to keep in your mind. You have to write the electronic configuration after hybridization. Then seventh thing you have to keep in mind, show filling of orbital after complex formation. And the last thing is you have to that is the eighth one. You have to determine the number of unpaired electron electron and predict magnetic behavior of the complex. So these are the key points which you have to keep in your mind for the formation of a complex compound. So study this, and we shall take the another